All right, so now we're going to solve inequalities and absolute value inequalities. So for this first one here, we just need to get the x alone. So that'll involve us adding 6 to both sides. So this gives us 3x is greater than or equal to 28. And then we would divide by 3. So x is greater than or equal to 28/3. You certainly could also write this as 9 1/3. I really don't care as long as you keep it as a fraction. When you solve inequalities, you do need to answer in set builder, interval, and graph. Interval notation is really the one that we're going to be looking at here, but most of you see it best from a graph perspective first. So if our solution is x is greater than or equal to 9 1/3, we have our closed circle at 9 1/3. We know it's going off to the right. So that means interval, we started at 9 1/3, bracket because it was closed, and we are heading out towards infinity. Set builder, recall, is just the curly brackets, x such that x is greater than or equal to 28/3 or 9 1/3. The multiple choice problems on your final exam will all have their solution options in interval notation, so you better make sure you understand what it means. Second problem, now we have an absolute value in there. So 4 times the absolute value of x plus 5 is greater than 24. So we're going to have to divide by 4 first. Then we have the absolute value of x plus 5 is greater than 6. And once again, we can take this absolute value and split it up into its 2 separate components. So x plus 5 is greater than 6, or, and we're using or because it was greater than, negative x plus 5 is greater than 6. So for this first one, we would just subtract 5, so we get x is greater than 1. Second one, we'll distribute our negative through, so negative x minus 5 is greater than 6. Add the 5, so negative x is greater than 11. Divide by negative 1, so x is less than negative 11. Recall you must flip that sign. Since this is or, when we view this on a number line, we'll have 1, we'll have negative 11 somewhere down here. We're greater than 1, so we're open at 1 and off to the right. Open at negative 11 and off to the left. So interval, this would be negative infinity, stopping at negative 11 with parentheses on the negative 11 because it's an open circle, picking back up at 1 and heading towards infinity. So this is interval, and once again, all multiple choice questions are going to have you do it in interval. Set builder would be, for this one, x such that x is less than negative 11 or x is greater than 1. But once again, it's the interval notation that you're going to need to know.